In this lesson, we're going to learn about function notation. So what is function notation? Well, equations that represent functions are often written in function notation. So for example, we could have the equation y is equal to 4x minus 1. Well, to write this in function notation, we would simply put the f of x, we're going to replace the y with the f of x, and then we'll just rewrite the rest of the equation like we always would. So the x, remember, is the independent variable. And remember that the f of x, or we could also say y, they're the same thing, is the dependent variable. Now, to evaluate a function means to substitute a given value. Let's go back and review a function. Remember that we said that a relationship is a function if for every input there is exactly one output. And one of the things we did to determine if it was a function from a table or a set of coordinates was we took a look to see if all of our x values were different. Because if they're all different, then we know that there's only one output. So notice that we have a -2, we have an output of 5. And notice how we have a -2 and we have an output of 9. So therefore, this is not a function because for every input, there can only be one output. So then remember when we are looking at a graph, to determine if it's a function, remember that we did the vertical line test. So we would take a line and we would go straight up and down. And if any point here, it only goes through one point on the graph, then we know that it is a function. So because this one, every time you do a vertical line there, it is only going through one point. So this is yes, it is a function. So let's take a look at letter C. We have -3 and the output is 4. We have 2, the output is -3. And then we have 4 and the output is 4. Now it's okay if you share the same output. What you're looking to see is does each one of these only have one output? And the answer is yes, so this is a function. So if for letter D, we went ahead and we did the vertical line test again, notice how it's going through more than one point. So this we would say is not a function. We're going to then review the linear functions. Remember we said for something to be linear, it would have to be able to be written in the form y is equal to mx plus b, and sometimes the b will be 0, so therefore it would just be going through the origin, but it's still linear. And we are looking for things like, to be nonlinear, we would be looking for things where the x is going to the bottom of a fraction. We might be looking for an x squared, the square root of an x, and so forth, to be nonlinear. So let's take a look then at letter E. It says the f of x is equal to 4x. Yeah, this is one of those that is a direct variation equation. It's going through the origin, and so this is yes. The rate of change would be 4, and the y-intercept there would be 0. Letter F, we have the f of x is equal to -2 all over x. And remember what we said, if that variable or the x goes to the bottom of the fraction, it is not going to be linear, so this would be no. For letter G, we have the f of x is equal to 3x minus 5. Notice, here's our slope, and here's our y-intercept. This is a linear equation. It is yes. So as long as it can be written in that form, it is going to be linear. And now take a look at letter H. We have x squared. We cannot have an x squared or an x to the third or a y squared in order for it to be linear, so this is going to be no. So example 1, how do I evaluate a function from an equation? So number 1, let the f of x equal to 3x plus 4. The f of x is the exact same thing as saying that you've got y. And then when you've got the f of 2, it's the number in that parentheses is the x. So let's go ahead and we're going to then take the f of x or y is equal to 3. Now we're saying that x is equal to 2, and we're just substituting it in, and then we're simplifying. So the f of x is equal to 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So the f of x or the y is equal to 10. So when we've got the f of negative 4, it's like saying that x is equal to negative 4. And then we would plug it in. So we've got the f of x is equal to 3 times negative 4 plus 4. So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, and negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8. So the f of x is equal to negative 8. All right, let the g of x equal x squared plus 5. Notice we've got the variable g. It doesn't matter which variable you are going to use. You do need to make sure that if you've got x in here, that you've got an x over here. They do need to line up. So I've got the g of x, so it means that x is equal to 4. So the g of x is equal to 4 squared plus 5. So the g of x is equal to 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 plus 5 is equal to 21. For letter B, we've got g of x is negative 3. So we've got the g of negative 3. Again, x is equal to negative 3. Now I need to remind you that when you've got a negative and you're plugging it in for the variable, when there's an exponent, it is really important that you take and you have the parentheses around it, because it's going to be a different answer if you don't. So negative 3, so it's negative 3 times negative 3. So the g of x is equal to 9 plus 5 is 14. All right, for number 3, we've got evaluate the functions. Notice how we've got the f of x, and we've got the g of x and the h of x. When you are evaluating these, make sure that you're using the right function with the numbers that you're given. So this first one, because we have the g of x, we're going to, and we've got the g right here. Remember, x is equal to negative 2. So I'm going to come and I'm going to have the g of x is equal to x squared. Now remember, it's a negative, so it has to have parentheses. And then the g of x is equal to negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. And then 4 plus 3 is 7. All right, so the next one then, it's the h. So we need to use this function right here. So the h of x is equal to negative 2 times, and now we're saying that x is equal to 6 minus 6. All right, h of x is equal to negative 12 minus 6, which is negative 18. So example 2, how do you evaluate a function from a table? So all we're simply doing is, remember we said that this number right in here, that this is our x value. So we need to come over to our table and we need to find when x is 2. And so what is the f of x when x is 2? Well, x is 10. So for the f of 6, we're coming over here, we're saying that x is equal to 6, and we're finding when x is 6, the f of x is equal to 61. All right, let's do another one. We've got our x, and then we've got our f of x. So it wants to know the f of 2, x is equal to 2. So we're coming over here and we're finding our table. Well, the f of x or the y is equal to 4. And the f of 4, well, the f of x is equal to 16 when x is 4. So how do I evaluate a function from a graph? So we have the f of 0, which means x is equal to 0. So we're going to come and we're going to find the x when x is 0, and we're looking for that y value or the f of x. So when x is 0, our y is 3, or the f of x is 3. So the f of 0 is equal to 3. I have the f of negative 2. So what that means is that when my x value is equal to negative 2, I'm just going to follow it over here. Here's negative 2. I'm going to follow it up, and my y value is equal to 4. When the f of 1/2, I'm going to walk over to the 1/2 and notice how it's not going up any. So then that's going to be equal to 0. Now, in our last example, we're going to plot points from function notation. So I want you to think about when we have a coordinate. We've got the x and we've got the y. Well, when you've got this f of x, or f of negative 1 is equal to 1, it's like saying that this is my x and this is my y. So the coordinate that you have here is a negative 1, 1. The value in the parentheses is your x. The value outside of your parentheses is your y. So all we would do now then is we would just plot it. I would then go negative 1, 1. So this is letter A. Again, I'm going to then, I've got, this is x, this is our y. So I've got 2, 7. So I come over to my graph and I plot the 2, 7. I'm walking over 2 and going up 7. And this is letter B. The f of 1 is equal to negative 1. All right, so f of 1 is equal to negative 1. Here's my x, this is our y, so the point is 1, negative 1. All right, so we're going to walk 1, we're going to walk over 1, and down 1. So this is letter C. Again, we'll have 3 and then 0, and then we're just going to plot them. Walk over 3, go up 0, and this would be letter D. So in this lesson, we took a look at how to write and evaluate things in function notation.